Hi there. Hi. Hello. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, 8:30, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, my loves, my baby boos. Hi. What a pleasure it is to see all of you in the house for this 90-day fiance. We are getting into the almost, you know, end of season 9. This is episode 10, and this is a boring ass season. We are in the middle of a boring season. We can call it as we see it, which is boring. I don't even know what to tell you about Kara and Guillermo. I, all I can say about them as a couple is it almost feels like we are being set up for the biggest drama of our lives ever, or they were like a couple that got put together in this because like they literally ran out of they didn't have enough like footage, or another couple like they found out like last minute like had a huge problem crisis and they couldn't air them. I mean, because Karen and Guillermo have nothing going on at all, to the point where their only segment this scene this episode is one scene, and I can't even tell you why it happened to us, which is basically, we'll start with them. So Karen Guillermo is who I'll start with. Okay, so after like she just made a whole to do of just bringing him to a place they couldn't afford to like look at what they can't afford, which is a wedding. She has more friends. Great. She goes to like lunch with one of her friends that like they met and they have a lot of fun together. And that means that they just do shots at like mid-morning, a mid-morning shot, like one of those friends, honey. And they have a conversation, and I just watched it, and I like, yeah, basically the conversation was like, I need him. I like Kara being like, I wish Guillermo would kind of like be a little more like, tell me what to do, because like I can really like run circles around him, and he's a little more conservative than I am, blah 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 blue. And then the other friend is being like, I don't think you guys are gonna like probably be together forever, which is, I mean, absolutely astute. And that was like, and then they tried to cut that together in such a way that would be dramatic and or interesting. And let me just tell you, it's not. I don't find either one of them necessarily need to know by me. I don't need to like be privy to their conversation, their friendship. I'm fine. I mean, I can't believe that we're wasting valuable eyeball time on them. I mean, I think their only thing is that they are incredibly attractive. I mean, Kara's beautiful and Guillermo very hot. And so is it just that they're so hot that they were like, "Ooh, they should be on the show?" How interesting. I'm so happy to see all my loves. How's everyone doing? I'm having some like weird connection issues. So I see people now. Hi. Betsy's in New Mexico doing the Lord's work. Don't worry, Betsy. I got what I got. Don't worry. I came prepared. So that was, I guess, we'll link that. It was a Vanity Fair. Thank you so much. But it's a Reddit 90-day forum where someone, of course, had footage of Angela at Benny's MMA fight, honey, where she's wearing the red leotard, honey, like she's about to get in the ring too, honey. I mean, like, I don't know. Listen, I think she'd be very good. Except that, I mean, she also could get killed, you know? She gives me Hulk Hogan vibes a little bit, like she loves that ponytail. Oh, she loves it. Okay, so hi. I'm so happy to see all my loves. Hi. Oh, Argentina on vacay. Oh my god, that's beautiful. I've been in Buenos Aires before. It's Buenos Aires. It's very beautiful. Okay. Great. Okay. Happy to see everyone in the house. Hi. Yay. Okay. All right, my love. So, I mean, that's what I say about Karen Guillermo. Absolutely boring. I mean, like, Wa said she wasn't even talking about them anymore. And I was like, that sounds a little harsh, Wa, last week. But then I saw this and I was like, well, it's almost like they don't want us to talk about them. We get no Guillermo. Maybe that's another thing. We get entirely too much Kara. We have, I mean, I know that she's the American, so we're in America, but it's like her high school reunion, her balloons, her shots in the midday with some dude we just met, we never want to meet again. You know, like, she's not the best part of that couple at all. Like, remember how hot his brother was? Like, what does Guillermo want to do on the laptop? That's what I want to know. Like, basically, Kara's only interesting thing that she says involves Guillermo, which is that they're doing nothing all day but just like banging all the time, just having so much bow chicka bow bow. Okay, which obviously, God bless. But like, when she's out in a boot, like, and like blowing up balloons, like, what is he doing? Is he gaming? Is he video streaming and gaming? That could be it. Oh, was driving and she's being home soon. Okay, be safe, be safe. By the way, my loves, I have no makeup on. Haha, surprise, surprise. For someone who does like, weekly videos, you think I would have like more makeup on in like the majority of my videos. But I also wanted to show off, if you can see, I did that thing called brow lamination, which is basically like a straight perm they do for your eyebrows to straighten the hairs, and then they place them exactly how they want them, and then they like bond them there for like a period of time. Okay, I don't know why I'm covering my face, but I want you to see. Isn't that so interesting? So like my hairs are really flush to my, like, it's like there's an oil on. It's like very flush to my brow. Then like tomorrow they'll get bushy as they like go back to normal. Does that make sense? But because they're pushed up, it should look very youthful, very fresh, like very, like one of those girls. Uh no, it did not hurt. It smells just like Nair, which I said this on my Instagram. It smells just like Nair, which made me really, really happy because I used a lot of Nair. So it was like, oh, it was very comforting. I think there might be some burning for some people, but it did not happen to me. I just like felt like not at all burning. I felt like some like tiny bit of warmth. But I mean, like I used to use Nair to like burn my like upper lip. Like this was nothing. Um, Honestly, you're not late at all. Like all I've talked about is basically Karen Guillermo, and it's like, and how much I hate them for 8 minutes. I don't hate them, but how much I really think that it was a poor choice to have them on as a couple because they're not interesting. They are attractive, but at the same time, and this is my thesis point, if you're going to have them, at least give us the better part of them, which is more Guillermo. But instead we get so much Kara. And Kara is fine, like in the sense that like if you were like Chris, like you have to be like in a car. Well, okay, let me think about this. Actually, you know what? My answer might surprise you. If you were going to be in a car ride for a very long time, and there's no podcast, there's no music, and you don't have AirPods, and you can pick whether you want to drive or you want to be the passenger. But who would you rather be sitting next to, Emily or Kara? And I almost feel like I'll pick Emily because even though I think both ladies have points that register to me or read to me to be slightly obnoxious and annoying. And don't we all? Don't we all? And I do too. But the way in which both of them are those two things, I think I could handle Emily in a long term car ride with the upsides that come with that than Kara, which I think would be a lot of stories about how crazy her life has been and how great and like how banana she is. That's exciting. I think Emily would be unintentionally hilarious, and at least I would laugh at her to her face. Kara, I don't think it'd be funny. And I know that, yeah, like Emily is what, bossy, but she can't boss me. I'm not like, like, here's the thing. Is Emily a bossy? Of course, we can talk about it. And obviously, we have her in our heart for like with the Kobe situation. And I'll stop this metaphor right now. But my crux is she can't really boss me around. You know, boss me around. A, we're in a car. If I'm driving, whatever I'm doing is what's happening. And if she was driving, I would have realized at this point that like I had given up some amount of power to let this person drive, and I would just let her do it, honey. I just let her do it. She's that bossy, and I made the decision to be in the passenger seat. Just let her do it, and just like let one thing go out the other, honey. Just look at the things. Okay, so okay, let's see what some of you guys say. If you piss off Kara, she will give you the silent treatment, whereas Emily would never stop talking. Emily would give you the silent treatment for like 2 seconds and she'd forget and she would just like go back to doing something. Also, I feel like Emily, you would have a better chance of getting a groove with good music on in the car with Emily. I think Kara listens to like a lot of like EDM, like house, like whatever kind of music's truly influencing Drake and Beyonce right now. Um, Emily would be funny, but Kara takes herself too seriously, has no and Emily has no substance to her, no intelligence. I mean, listen, both of these are just, like I think it was a good metaphor. Okay, so so let's move on. Oh, I didn't have this up and ready. I wish it did. So yeah, that's obviously them. And shall we move on to Emily and Kobe since we're kind of like talking about them already, obviously? That was a nice transition. It's almost like I planned it. So, hot on Emily's whole family basically telling Kobe, like, we don't know we know who we raised, and this is exactly who we raised. Someone who we never say no to, who we never taught how money works. And for some reason, even though we will admit that to your face, Kobe, to your face, we will admit it, that we never say no to this person. So this person's very bossy. And then this person does not know how money works or how life works. And I'm telling you this to your face, I'm her father. Also, we have the same face. Me and Emily. Emily and me. Emily, my dad. And by me, I'm talking as her father right now in this little like skit. Emily's dad has given her his face, but not his business mind. And then has somewhat, been like to Kobe the whole time, like standoffish as if he's done something wrong. Anyway, but we've kind of like are hot off the heels of that money talk and realizing that these people do not have it well. None of these people do. Well, I mean, so I guess we're supposed to think that Bilal and Patrick have bag, and Patrick will talk about, and then everyone else is struggling like Jibri and whatever. Master, everyone in Emily's family is scared to death of her. I mean, honey, yes, like. This woman, I can't tell what she actually thinks of Emily because this woman's face, like, is not frozen in like, in a Botox way, but just like emotionless always. Anyway, so let me tell you. So, how do I do the sorry, I forgot. I haven't used pictures in so long. So Emily and Kobe decide to have some like romantic time, and they go down to Rock City, which totally reminded me of like, take me down to the Paradise City. So Rock City, honey, Rock City, like what's it going to be? Kobe was really excited. And, I did not know what Rock City was, but here are some options, okay? Biker themed bars that with like classic rock playlists. Maybe this was a pass on the freeway that, like maybe like the Route 66, or maybe this was like some sort of pathway of, I don't know, some sort of, okay, Rock City. Rock City, a place with jetting out rocks and waterfalls and vegetation, moss underneath the rock, like Rock City. It is a place with rocks. That's true. There's just boulders on the ground, flat ground, shorter, small boulders. I don't know how they got there. I'm gonna be honest. That part's a little more interesting. Like, well, how did these get there? They just like were just there. Like, it feels like someone went there. But Kobe's confused, and Emily's like, "Get in the rock," and he's like, "Okay." And someone tweeted this. I forgot the picture. This picture I wish I could tell you the actual Twitter account, but basically was pretty much like Kobe between a rock and a hard place throughout this entire season, and it was a good tweet. It was good. She makes him get in, and he does, and he's like, what I'll do for love," because he does love her. She's like, "Don't, hurt your balls because we need those later," and I just love that Kobe. So yeah, that's what she wanted to do. 30 minutes to go to this place, honey, and just like walk around these rocks, take a picture with the rocks. Like there's a hole in the rock, they take the pictures through the hole to the rock. I did, yeah. I thought it was a bar. To me, Rock City was like School of Rock. Like I just thought it'd be like this kind of like maybe place where like people retired that were musicians of a certain genre, like little community. Like there's I guess like a little artistic community in Bisbee, Arizona, and different people go there, whatever. And what if like Rock City was something, but it was just like mostly musicians. And it's like went to go live in some beautiful utopian compound together and retire together, Rock City. Tell me it's not like a really great sitcom idea. We built this city on rock and roll, built this city. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. I love you. I see. Okay, so my babes, let's go on. So then Emily is like, okay. Her parents had given her, after that like conversation where she was like, everything's going great. No, it's not, but everything's going great. All we need is the money for the wedding. And I want like such a great wedding. We find out that her parents are going to give her $10,000 for this wedding, which just side note is when I was in high school, one of my like senior projects was I had to put a whole wedding on. No, I had to budget for a whole wedding by like going to get different pictures and things and like quotes together. And I remember my high school budget for this wedding, and I graduated like, was $10,000. And I remember at that time being like, well, I'm not going to even how do you even put a wedding together for $10,000 just because like that's a venue, but basically I just went to Jessica McClintock. I really just aged myself with that one at the time. And they had like a bargain rack. And I went to like the Jessica McClintock bargain rack and just like took pictures of the little tags with like bridesmaid dresses for like $19.99. It was like, great, 4 of those. Check. Anyway. But they have $10,000 and she wants to use all that money for this wedding, honey. Like not, and on top of that, she wants him to use half of his money for the ring. They already have a child and they live with her parents. And he doesn't have a job, nor does she. it just feels like, why not get married? Why not spend that money? Why not take that money? And Kobe's like, yeah, we should take that money. Like Kobe's like, okay, I brought 4,000. Your dad was basically like, that's nothing. And your dad's going to give us 10,000. And you wanted to spend it all in one day, just feeding a bunch of people that I don't know. But anyway, that's what I'm thinking. I don't even know if Kobe's thinking it, but that's what I'm thinking. I don't know those people. So anyway, but they're going dress shopping, and it's Emily and that mom or stepmom. I swear to God that this person, I think that it's her mom, and I don't know why. It always feels like maybe it's not her mom, only because she has stepmom vibes. And not only that, it seems like she secretly hates her. Anyway, but I don't know. Maybe it's just her mom. So Emily comes out in like one dress. It's like not that great. She comes out in another dress. She loves this dress, honey. And then she's like, so here's the thing. I really want a ring. And they're like, yeah, no shit, you want a ring. You talk about it all the time. You like literally, she's like, no, I'm not talking about it all the time. I'm just like hinting. She's like, you are, I mean, hinting is a word, not the one to use what you use. It's like, well, honestly, I just like really know what I want. And I just like really want a beautiful ring. And because the ring he got me was like off the street. And so I just don't know what's gonna happen. So I also bought myself a ring. And she bought herself a 1 carat ring. Now, I don't know jewels. I'm not like a big jewel profesh, so I can't even tell you what a normal 1 carat. Let me look it up. Okay. I mean, it's going to totally depend on like the clarity and quality. 1K diamond ring. And when I saw it, I did think it was pretty. Now, I didn't see it up close, but okay. Let's guess it's anywhere from, oh, I don't know, 600 to 2,500 or more. I don't know. I'm really bad. I'm sorry. This is why I've never been married before. Okay. How much is 1 carat diamond worth? Between 2,000 and 16,000. Okay. That's what Google said. Between 2,000 and 16,000. Great. So yeah, who knows if she had a family friend or whatever. The ring is great. Her parents are, and her sister mostly is like, I cannot believe you did that. I can't believe you would just spend money willy-nilly on a ring when you already have a ring, and he's going to get you another ring because you've been talking about it all the time. And it's one thing that we have made perfectly clear is that you get what you want for some reason in this world. And like Emily is just like, I don't feel like I'm high maintenance. I don't feel like I'm high maintenance. I actually don't. I actually do like Emily. That was a little mean. But I do like Emily. I would pick her over Kara for a ride. And I think that I could just laugh at her a lot. Also, I think that she has a sense of humor. So having said all of that, I don't know what to tell you. Her whole family is like, I don't know why they're just not more like, you have to be normal and cool. Like, you have a child now, much less like if you want your relationship to work. Like, they have to have like an intervention. I feel like her parents should have like sit down and just like have a master class in like adulting for her. And I don't understand why they haven't, like give her a Google Doc, honey, give her a PDF, but like she needs like a little guidance. And I'm not saying, like, what I'm saying, it's on you. Okay, so moving on. So I'm gonna go to Patrick and Thais. So as we know, Thais, Patrick has moved Thais into their new place in Austin with John, and Thais is not into it. Like doesn't really want to be living with John and wants to like settle and have her place with Patrick, as well as has in her mind how things are supposed to go because she has spent time with Patrick and he has told her things they have spoken of their love and their life together. And I'm sure, like different for her to be there, but what's happening is she did not realize that she was kind of like a third roommate of like two bachelors. And she thought she was going to like live like a wife. She wants to go shopping to like put a feminine touch on this house. Now, this house has some nice things, like for instance, a brand new Ninja and an air fryer. I saw that. But what it doesn't have is, I guess, like knickknacks, patty wax arts, like things that make like a house livable. Like what they need to do is just like they need they need to take like some things off of Bilal's hands. If Patrick's Place could just get some of the Bilal like hoot nannies on there, it'd be like a little bit because you really need to like just like sometimes with an outfit take off an accessory before you leave the house, like all of Bilal's things. Like every time you go into a room, you got to like take out a couple of things. It's just a little too much. But Patrick needs those things. Thais knows that, so they go to this furniture place, this living spaces, God bless, where they have a bunch of things, and they go starting. They kind of like are looking at things, and she's like, I want to buy everything, and he's like, I don't know, I don't want you to buy actually anything, I just want to see what you like or whatever. He doesn't want to spend money. He feels anxious about it. He feels like he's been spending a lot of money and he wasn't prepared for how much money he was spending. And this is also coupled with the fact that Patrick like has a whole history that we have like been privy to, which is someone who was financially insecure growing up. And so that framed a lot of his mindset now and how he spends money. And I think that there's two things here. There is like the trauma of that gives him anxiety when he is confronted in the moment with losing money, as well as like a completely different person's whole life and sensory input, which is just like, she's like, oh, I want to enjoy my place. I want pillows. You have no pillows. It's like a bunch of, it's supposed to be my place. Like you brought me here. You said I could buy things and make a home. Why did you even bring me to this store if you're going to say no to everything? So, as we know, there's just always going to be a lovely, like, retail person that has to deal with them. That's like, okay, well, yeah, okay, if you're not going to buy a couch, can you just look at like a pillow, like one pillow? Like, look at a pillow. So you look at like a fuzzy ass pillow and it's $180, and Patrick's like, absolutely not. And finally, they pick this vase. Now, it's a really pretty vase. Actually, better than some of the other pillows. I like the fluffy pillow, but like at one point, Shani, she didn't like bring in these like turquoise and like blue pillows, honey. And I don't know about that, but like the vase was great. So what happens is he is being secretive and very stingy in this moment and somewhat defensive. And she's like, if I'm going to come to this whole ass country and just put my life in your hands, I assume that like we're a couple. We are we come together and we like do the thing. And if we are doing it together, like, all right, can you give me some semblance of what our financial security is like? Because she has no idea. And when you have no idea, it's either like feast or famine. You're like, oh, okay, we can order whatever we want. Okay, great, 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 great. Oh, we can somehow get a pillow? Oh, no, the pillow's too much? Well, I don't want to be like a goldfish in a bowl. You have to like tell me what's up. I don't want to like be completely out of everything. But Patrick has the mindset of if I'm paying for everything, then who cares? And it's like, because you're not paying for everything. In this moment, you wouldn't even buy pillows. So anyway, um, $62 bargain for that vase. I thought it was 34. No, it was cheaper. Patrick needs to explain five, say five to ties. Yeah, I mean, to use a bro style finance phrase, Patrick is probably leveraged to the tits on his mortgage and car. Athens Gray, Athens Gray. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Coming in hot. It was 32. 32. Hi, Wa. Um, Thais is nervous. She won't be able to live a carefree life of luxury and pleasure. I think Thais just wants to know, like, oh, okay, so like, are some things chill, some things cool, but like, why is it this week that we have less money? Should I have not gotten my nails done? Because, like, I mean, I don't know. I'll tell you, like, for instance, if a weekly, let's just say that he did everything that she said. First of all, I didn't see that her eyelashes were done, but if he said that she got her eyelashes done, that's like $150. If she got nails done, that's anywhere from 50 to 200, depending. If she got anyway, the whole point of it is her hair. Like, you can be paying up to like $500 easily a month, depending on when you do those things. So I think maybe she's more like, okay, so are those things going to happen all the time, or not going to happen all the time? Should I just, like, I need to know what my life is like. I'm going to be your wife. I'm here. What's happening? And the fact that he will sometimes pay for things and sometimes say no and not talk to her about it does feel controlling. And yeah, she's then like, look, and that is straight up what my dad said that those men do: control people with money. And she doesn't want it. I I predict he's in debt big, all those Brazil trips. These are great points. These are great points. Or maybe he just has enough. Like, all the Brazil, you're right, all the Brazil trips, everything I said, things are expensive. Food is expensive, you know what I'm saying? Like, he obviously needs John to live there. I think also what happened is, like, and maybe this was said, yeah, who said this? Betsy. And why do the guys take these places to that they can't afford in the first place? Like, take her to TJ Maxx if that's the kind of money you're working with. No shame in the game. Yeah, perfect. This wasn't Home Goods. I love Home Goods. How fun Home Goods is. Oh, I love it. Or just be like, I think a better way to do it would be like, okay, Thais, how about this? I can give you a budget. I'll give you $400 for you to buy things for this place that would make you feel better. You can spend that on whatever. Like, I don't, if the couches are new, then I don't see a problem with them. And I also think that Thais should realize that there's still a John there, and John's going to invite all of John's friends. So you really shouldn't be spending too much money right now on any furniture. Because I would honestly, just like I would advise Emily not to spend money on a wedding right now, don't spend your money on furniture. Just wait until you're in, like, your next place. A John free place. Like, just because things are going to get stained. They need to have some, like, leather, just wipe it down, that kind of thing. What's the point of getting mad if you won't tell her about the income and budget is? What's the logic in that? Yeah, it's like, it does feel like, what do you expect her to be? Just like literally a doll for you to come down and like put back up? Like, you join forces when you get married, for better or for worse. And like, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to join forces, body and soul. you are going to have access to this woman's body and you are going to insert DNA into this woman at some point, I'm assuming, and may or may not conceive with her body. So who cares if she knows how much is in your bank account in this moment? Listen, when she asked him, I don't expect him to just look at the camera and be like, I have $120,000, or in debt or whatever he's going to say, like, but I do feel like he could be like, you know what, I can show you some of my financial stuff. I think that he started to get it because they had this like softening moment where she was like, basically like you have to change, and if you don't change, honey, I'm getting out of here. I'm moving. Moving. Reminds me of Jovi and the white fur rug. Oh, great point. Did Patrick live with his past girlfriend before? I feel like he never has, and he's getting used to it. He had a whole ass wife, Athens, whole ass wife. Yeah, no, he definitely did. That wife. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But who knew? Like, Patrick is controlling now. Can you imagine Patrick like when he was like on the juice, on that Mott's juice box? You know what I'm saying? I like this couple the most. I do like them because isn't it so interesting how like I could sit here and be like, oh, Karen and Guillermo are so boring, and this drama feels real. Feels real. Yeah, I like to bring them this point. She also has unrealistic and unreasonable expectations. I think so too. I think that unfortunately she has been shown something that she thought was going to 100% be real, which is that vacation bay life, that vacation life bay, that just like, and Fiza and George, like, or whatever, where you're just like swimming in luxury because you're like, whatever, I'm in Brazil for like a week, and like, she talks about they would go shopping and he would just be patiently waiting and stuff like that. Quite different now that she's here. Also, one thing that I love about Thais is that she makes these sounds when she's upset. Like anytime that like he's like, here's your money, just go take it yourself or whatever, she'll be like, oh! I can't even do it. Wait, let me try it again. No, that's horrible. Let me do it again. Wait. God, I can't touch my eyebrows. Did I just mess them up? Oh, no. Okay. No. Okay, like. They're these loud guttural she's upset, she's taken aback, honey. They're taken aback noises where they're how dare you noises in these like Portuguese like sighs that like are so loud. I love it. I actually love her. I love her. I love her. I love all her jean shorts, her long jean pants. She has like the longest legs, I love her face. I think she's so pretty. I hope she doesn't do any plastic surgery. I just like what she's just, I think she's beautiful, and I do like her, and these noises that are just hilarious. It's her impression is perfect. It is like she gets so upset, and if I was someone dating someone and that person made that noise, I would have known that I had just effed up. She does a great job handling him though. She she got him to sort of acquiesce and be like, you're gonna have to change. He's like, she got this man to learn a whole ass language. God, I hate these bots. Help me with these bots. Okay, so let's move on, my babes. Okay, so Bilal and you want any more pictures of them that I'm going to show you? No. Bilal and Shai is what we're going to talk about next. Okay, so Bilal and Shai decided to take a little road trip. Is this my eyebrow going? Oh God, this one? I'm dying over these eyebrows. You have no idea. Wait 1 second. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's fine. Oh, it's fine. Sorry. Okay. Bilal and Shai decided to take a little road trip too, not to Rock City, but to go visit his sister. And we get to look really hard at Bilal's Louis Vuitton luggage, the famous LV luggage, honey. It's the masculine kind. He has a roller bag and like a duffel carrying. And here is Zising. You have to really take care of that luggage. And I just feel like I said this before. It's like, I cannot believe he like traveled in them because people are throwing that luggage everywhere. It's thousands of dollars. Is it real? Do you think it's real? Drop in comments if you think that LV luggage is real or if you think it's a fake. And those fakes come in good, they come in hot. Oh, Betsy! Thank you so much. Little thumbs it up. 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 Thank you so much for that super chat. And an opportunity to sing. I was kidding. Thank you so much, though, not only for your super chat, but also you gave me money and then also like help me remind, you guys, will you please thumbs up this video because like I just am so bad and I really forget to ask or just remind people or say it. And it's 41 minutes into a live, honey. I need them thumbs. I need you to take your finger, the finger that looks the closest like Patrick to you, and then just tickle my algorithm. No, truly, I need it though. Thank you so much, Betsy, for that. Also reminding me. Also, I love you guys so much. And thank you. I think, ooh, honey, I think it's as real as Usman's LV. Oh, I actually think it's a better fake, but yes. Okay, so honey, we're in this car. We're going to the sister. She brings in the luggage. She she's carrying the heavier one for some reason. He has to help her. I'm like, why is she carrying any of that? I don't understand. Then they're going to plan the wedding. Start planning the wedding now. And he's like, you guys just do all that. And don't care. And also that's not my thing, And you do all the dresses and stuff like that. She's like, okay. So she goes, oh, Brittany Lynn, are you going to be doing, Love Your Lives. Are you going to be doing one for Seeking Sister Wives? I really, really want to, Brittany. I really actually do want to. I just fell a little behind, but maybe I could. How's it already 9:16 p.m.? Really, time flies when you're having fun. I really want to, Brittany. I'm going to get to it. It's the one I want to do so bad. I love you. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Meow. I don't trust people as stylish as Bilal and Shida. Ooh, greetings from Lithuania. Hi there. Vilnius. How beautiful. Hi, Irma. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. How lovely. It is lovely to have you. So let's talk about this wedding dress shopping. So we, obviously now the second scene of wedding dress shopping, and the whole time, Miona's watching this episode being like, these snatches have no idea what I would do if I could get my hands on them dresses. Shida goes to a beautiful store because we actually also find out that, and unless we did find this out already, I didn't know this and I'm so sorry, that Bilal's sister is a whole great stylist. So that was really exciting. So she puts on this wedding dress, my love. I have it. Wait. And she looks great. It's like fitted, it's gorgeous. Like she has a trumpety body. I mean, like this is classic. This is gorgeous. This is beautiful. I love it. Her body's sick. Honey yoga. So, they're having this like kind of touching moment where Shy's like, I wish my mom was here, because she watched all my other sisters get married and, like now it's my turn and tee hee hee. And it's all going good. And then Shida like oversteps and gets a little too comfortable because then she starts complaining about where her relationship is with Bilal to Bilal's sister. And I feel like Shy has to understand something, which I even get, which I ask, which is this like Bilal's mom and sisters, the women in Bilal's life, like on his side, like they think that he is a golden boy. That is a golden boy. So do not be coming for their golden boy. Because Shy sits there and is like, yeah, but he lectures me and he's never wrong and he throws everything back in my face and he's like OCD, and he doesn't but and like she starts saying these things to his sister and then his sister's like, oh, so you should be getting married then? To my brother because he's not good enough for you for some reason. Like that's her like demeanor. She's kind of like also like, girl, you've been engaged like what, twice? Is this the third time with my brother? Like it wasn't a good look for Shy. She got too comfortable. You can't get too comfortable. I was surprised, like I think that she thinks what that she's like being girl chat, but like this is a universal lesson. You can't be talking shit to the family members of someone you're dating unless you know for sure that they agree with you. You would have to wait for them to say what you think, and then for you maybe to be like, I think I've seen that before. That's it. You don't lead with it. Because, yeah, that sister was like, I've never seen anything, never seen the side of Bilal you're talking about. I don't find that to be at all true. I think the moon and stars rise and sun falls with him. So, um, this is so funny. So that's so funny. Okay, I forgot to bring up that part. Yeah, I do this too. So but anyway, but one point, it's interesting because I do want her to get comfortable in that way, which is after they got out of the car into their sister's house, like Shy is flexible, only physically. Tee hee hee. No, just kidding. But no shit, whatever, God bless. But she, whatever, God bless. It's just like it's both. But I think that he's crazy. But I did think that was obviously a bad move on her part to talk shit about him to the sister, just because it feels like we've already met the sister, so we kind of already know that the whole family is like very into him. Anyway, God bless. So yeah, she comes out of the car and she like wants to like do like some sort of stretch. I love this. She like does this. She's like, ooh, like ooh. She's like, I can't even do it. And just like. Damn. But he's like, oh, honey, look, you're doing the exorcist. And she's like, no, I'm just like stretching, just like, oh, it feels so good. I love stretching. Oh my God. I keep threatening myself, and I am going to do it. There's these places called Stretch Lab. Has anyone ever done it? Has anyone gotten like an assisted stretch? There's this place, I don't know, in Southern California, there's this place called Stretch Labs, which are just like places you go where like instead of a masseuse massaging you, it's like a person that just like stretches you for like 30 minutes. And I want it. Golden boys become narcissists. Yeah. Why wouldn't you if yeah, of course, like a little bit. Only because every person in your life is like, hello, you are so great. Now that you're awake, we can all smile. And when you go to bed, we all cry. Two engagements mean she's careful. Yeah, honey. Yeah. Yeah. She like likes to do a little test drive. Yeah. Little like adjustment period. She just like she goes in and she goes, "No, thank you. This one's not for me. No, I won't be taking that. You know, I will not be driving that one off the lot." I thought Bilal's sister was awful. You know, I from the outside, if you think that he's a narcissist, then and you are on her side, then I see what you're saying, but everyone is experiencing the world in a different way, and I want us all to be mindful and emotionally involved enough to know that like you have to understand you already been around we've already been around Bilal's family. You walked in and they were all like, "What'd you think of the house?" And instead of them all being like, "We were so upset Bilal was going to prank you and trick you and have her," and then of course Shida could have been like, "Right? Thank you." That's not what happened, remember? Bilal's whole family was like, "What a great, funny idea. We all loved it." So that's what you're working with. I just want us all to be on the same page. Like, I'm just for you to pick up on those things, you know? Like, that's not your experience is not their experience. Whether their experience is right or wrong, or our experience is right or wrong, that's just what it is. Can't be talking shit about someone whose own sister loves him. Things, suns and moons, rising stars hang on him. Okay. On Shida's IG, they're such a happy couple. They like to show off that gram, honey. There might be whole situations where, like there's been, maybe we're not seeing what we should be seeing. So anyway, let me tell you. So after this conversation, they decide to go like on like some like romantic jaunts or whatever. Like I don't have to tell you, but like romantic jaunts, like we're gonna go on this Ferris wheel or like thing that tours the city and it's like goes up and high in the heights and it's like made from glass and Shida's like, "Oh, it's like scary" or whatever. And then he's like, "Yeah, I'll tell you what's scary. Uh you thinking about signing this prenup, honey, sign it." Now, I think civilized, sophisticated peeps understand that it's not crazy for a person who's been divorced, who is the sole breadwinner for two kids. Well, I guess not sole breadwinner. The two kids have a mom and then a stepdad. But Bilal has two kids. Bilal has two kids. It's his two kids. So we assume, or I assume that people know that if you marry someone with kids, that probably you're going to sign a prenup because that person has to think about those two kids involved. It's not just willy nilly you and this person for the rest of your life, and you're like newlyweds. I'm sorry, you're like high school sweethearts that like don't have anything but the rest of your life to look forward to. Like, no, he's had a whole, little bit of a life, honey. There's two kids resulting from it. So he doesn't bring up the kids as being a issue or a reason for the prenup. He's more like, I'm doing it for us. And also maybe there is like some, it seems like Islamic predicating tenet that he's like, we're doing it for our marriage in the Islamic faith that we subscribe to. That is that a man's going to provide for his family, and I want to put that on paper so that we live within God or something. Like he like describes it thusly. Maybe that's why he doesn't feel like he has to be like, also Shida, like, yeah, I have two kids, so I have to like take care of them kids, make sure that like, if we were to break up, you can't just take everything of mine because I gotta, those kids. So, but Shida's like, well, I don't want our love story to have a prenup. It's not romantic, and it's not definitely not any sort of Disney movie. I'll tell you what, Briar Rose, honey, did not sign a prenup after she woke up. She woke up, they got married. It wasn't like, great, you're awake. Sign, Um, also, it does. I don't know. It's a weird conversation to have. After that, they go on like some like Cinderella carriage ride with a horse. It's like a little too like on the nose for me. Hi, honey. Um, So I haven't looked at my notes in so long, but I'm like, did I miss anything? Wait 1 second. Have I even talked about what I want to say? Oh yeah. Oh no. So yeah, basically, they go on that carriage ride, and she's colder with him. And in the scene for them next week, she's like, I want to talk to that lawyer that came up with that prenup. And what I really want is there to be something about kids, because I have been wanting kids. It's the one thing I want. I talk about it all the time. I talk about wanting kids. And I'll tell you what, I've given you everything. Every time you want to go to Juma, like I give you all the things. Give me a goddamn kid. Tell me I can have a kid. I want a kid. And I want there to be a kid in this contract. So, I always get frustrated when the requesting party doesn't say or explain the prenup can require you get like 100 they or like 10,000 of the year. It does not have to be a big old, yeah. We don't know what they stipulate or whatever. And there really is just, like also ones that will be like, if you are married past 10 years, you get this. And if you have kids, you get that. And if one person cheats, you get that. It's like whatever it is. I think he should have put a little something in the prenuptial to take care of as well. I mean, we'll see. I feels like it makes us feel like he basically was like, I'll be the sole breadwinner for the wife. And she's like, mm-mm. But kids. But my kids, but our kids though, I'm happy that she's like doing some legwork. So, okay. Oh my God. Am I really almost done? I only have Jibri and Miona left? Oh yeah, because there was no Eve and Muhammad. Patrick and Thais, I talked about them. Bilal and Shai, I talked about them. Guillermo and Kara, unfortunately, I talked about them. Emily and Kobe, I talked about them. Oh, I didn't talk about Ari and Benny yet. Okay, Ari and Benny and Jibra and Miona. Sorry, my loves. Okay, so let's actually talk about Ari and Benny. I mean, because it's like I know we're supposed to you're supposed to keep them for the last, but like there's really not that much to say to me, truly. But this is what it is. So as we know, Benny has been training for his MMA because Benny is, if not one thing, very athletic, very physical, very very body confident person. That's what I would describe someone like Benny, someone who is body confident, someone who trusts his muscles and muscles to do whatever he wants them to do in a given moment. And I am always envied that. Like, I'm not someone who trusts my body in every given moment. Not in a lot of moments. Like, I'm not gonna just like go run and jump on something and then just like, ooh, and then just like jump off of that and just like be like, like I'm not going to be doing that. At every moment of that journey, I will trip, sprain an ankle, kill myself, break my face, definitely ruin my new eyebrows. But Benny isn't, he's just like, he can do it all. Great. So now he, of course, been training for this MMA, as like I said, and last we heard, he, for some reason, part of his training process is to also fight women. Now, I'm not quite sure if that's a whole ass thing or if that was, I don't know, manufactured drama by the producers for the show. You tell me, my love, you tell me. But whatever, there was a Melissa, and we had a situation, and Ari came in, and she had a very cute suit on. Ari came in looking very cute in her suit. I don't know if it was Joy Lab or if it was like like a different set, So basically, let me tell you. So the day has come for his big ass match, my love, big match. Okay. And he's like gonna go in there and do the damn thing. And she's scared because like her dad's a doctor, and I'm sure, like that family talks about everything all the time, and everyone's business. And they're like, it's very dangerous, which it is, He's scared to go. He's going to take care of the baby. And then Ari's like, oh, yeah, I'm very, very scared to go. I don't know what to do. But one thing I know will make me feel better, honey, dressing up. I'll tell you right now, I loved it. I love what she was wearing. I love this, like, this was like Vegas. This was Atlantic City. This was sequins, spaghetti strapped. There's parts that go from green to blue. It's hot. I love her hair too. It's like, okay, like curly updo with like a parted, like there's poofs and parts. There was teasing happening. You know how many bobby pins are in there? A lot. I was so into this look. I really, really liked it. Okay. Very much into it. Hair. She was not in Vegas. She was in Westbury. Now, here's the thing. I understand that, but what is she supposed to dress as? She can't be like looking like a marmy marm. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You can't be going to that kind of thing and watching your man basically almost murder someone in a nap dress, even though you know I love wearing nap dresses. Can I wear a nap dress to that? Okay, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I think it's hot. I think MMA fighting is hot. And I didn't want to say that. I had a moment where I was like, oh, if my man was like in that ring, honey, like really dominating, and I was like in a cocktail dress and I looked hot and he won in that moment, would I be happy about it? And the answer is yes. Yes, I would. That's hot. So let me tell you. So, but it's like very, very scary for her. She's like afraid to like look, and she's like, covering her eyes. But her mom isn't afraid to be there, honey. Isn't afraid to look like her. Listen, that mom, she's like, leave the doctor at home. I love me some Benny. Like, she's very supportive. She like sits down next to Ari. She's like, don't worry. I looked at the paramedic. I made sure they had, all the things for him. So, he's not going to die. Or, if he does, he would have at least done so in an ambulance. By the way, this is a grab off of Twitter from someone else's TV screen. Please look at the season premiere that happened of I Love a Mama's Boy on TLC. Is that on Discovery Plus? And did anyone watch I Love a Mama's Boy? And is that, looks like it. Okay. It looks like Emily, kind of. Okay, we'll move on. So let me tell you. This fight starts and Benny comes at this like rather tall, like kind of like Eastern European looking, like not in shape dude, like just kind of tall. I mean, fast and furiously. Like there was like a Street Fighter kick that was just like, it just looked like he came in flying with his like leg out. I mean, like a superhero. He got that man in a chokehold, a rear naked chokehold in like less than 30 seconds, and then was declared winner, and then climbed up on the MMA cage, honey, and then did a backflip off of the MMA cage onto the ground. And I mean, listen, I'm a little ignorant in the sport, but to me, that was like a star was born. If I was like an MMA person and I watched that for the first time, a person's first fight, I can't talk, first fight, I'd be like, well, okay, well, I was like watching Mozart's first tune, honey. I don't know what to tell you. Listen, Benny feels very much into it. Benny is like always want to be an MMA fighter, honey. He just like comes in repping, the beautiful flag of Scotland. Just kidding, it's Ethiopia. That's where he's from. Of course. And he really feels like he is good at it. Looks good. It looks great. He looks like he could do it. He looks like he's great at it. So I don't know. I was just like, I was happy to see that. And then also, yes, Betsy was kind enough again to share this video Why are they all in my life? Get out of my life. That's what I want to scream at. There are just a bunch of unfortunate trolls, and that's what like I want to Darcy them. So again, here is Angela, which we saw for a second in the episode. The camera went to Benny's entrance, and we caught an Angela. You had to be sneaky. Now we're sneaky, so we saw it. But then, of course, here is the video. She's like just doing, she's doing content creating, honey. Content creating in that red Britney Spears leather onesie with the Britney Spears ponytail, honey. Oops, I did it again. Yeah, okay. Okay, this is what it is. Benny should actually be a WWE wrestler. Yeah. You missed the Angela? She was on it. She was on it. Which is funny because I was like, I knew because I had seen this video, I knew this video existed. I knew that she was there. So when they actually showed her on the episode, I was like, are you going to talk about her? Are you going to say, like, you know, like, we're going to say, like, you know, like, they didn't even give us a moment of like Angela being like, but we saw her. We just didn't hear her. They never talked about it. Anyway, so yeah, he won. And he's like, this is what my life is. I'm going to keep doing this. She's like, okay, you're going to focus on us? He's like, no, I'll be focusing on my next match. I got to get better at grappling. The guy that he was put against was horrible. I mean, what a bad fighter. I mean, I'm just going to tell you this right now. Like, again, I don't know about the sport, but like, if there was like a Simon Cowell of the sport to tell people they shouldn't do the sport, like someone should tell this man not to do this sport. The sport's not for him. That he will just get killed. He'll get killed. Oh, I thought it was an Angela lookalike. I didn't realize that was actually her. Yeah, it was. Okay, last and certainly least, just kidding. I'm such a bitch. Is Jibri and Miona. I actually don't think they're least. It's just that I don't think everything is manufactured. I just don't care anything about them. But I guess I care more about them than Karen Guillermo. But either one, I really could do without. So let me tell you, in this situation, Jibri has gotten a phone call from his mom and his stepdad, and they're being like, hey, you have to leave the house and you have to meet us outside of the house for a conversation. The Coffee Bean, you know where it is. This is after he came back from Chicago, you know, and he didn't get like the work done with the producer that he was supposed to get in Chicago because of the fisticuffs that came to pass with the astronaut not being able to do the Lord's work of breaking their ass apart in time. So anyway, they go to the Coffee Bean, you know, and the mom's there and the dad's there, and they're like, so they lead him to be like, what do you, he's like, okay. He's basically like, we're going to do a beach wedding. It's what Miona wants, which is basically his whole song and dance, which is like, I don't have to do anything. She's making me do everything. And it's really ruining my life, which is what the narrative we're supposed to believe. But the thing is, I feel like we have not seen Miona do anything bad. What we have seen is Jibri not know a boundary and Jibri place a lot of blame on her. But like, what if she's just come here, honey, ask for, and the only thing she wants is a beach wedding. Give it to her. But anyway, at this Coffee Bean, Jibri's parents are like, yeah, we're not gonna go to that wedding. You just didn't plan it. If you started planning it, the minute you step foot, maybe, but you didn't. So no, we can't like take off time off work. And Jibri's like, you won't take time to go to my wedding? I'm like, well, it's more like we hate her. It's more like we actually don't want you to get married. It's more like we actually don't think you should get married, and so we're not going to support it. But that whole thing before was just a lie. I'm a psychiatrist. Anyway, So, but okay. So then, it's like this thing where Jibri's mom is like, I tried to have a conversation with you and she texted 20 times during it. And is it weird to me that I was like, then why didn't Jibri just, I'm talking with my mom, we'll text you after. Just do not disturb. Have a conversation with mom. And then look at the phone again sometime later. Miona says, sure, or why? And you can have a conversation with Miona later why she doesn't respect you enough to allow you to have a conversation. But I think the buck starts and ends with him. Am I crazy? I don't think she's a problem at all. What has she done except just like falling to your country with a bag of hair? And just like ruin nothing. Chris, have you ever been torn like Jibri is, or at least pretending to be? No. I'll tell you that, like, I tell you what I have been at Athens Gray, desperate for fame. Absolutely desperate. Please like this video and remember to subscribe to my channel so I don't have to go and fake relationships on reality shows to make people listen to my music and then not even finish my album. That's so funny. Ugh, my mods are like having to do the Lord's work right now. I am so sorry. Um, I just feel like Miona is in a foreign country and if she had a partner who was secure in themselves, she wouldn't be able to tell him what to do or make him do everything. Or I also just really hate that every time he talks to anyone, he blames her. Why doesn't he just say no to her then? Or yes? Also, yeah, like what is she, I don't understand any part of him not being to blame for the texting. He could just not text her if that's what it is. There's a time and a place to text anyone when you're doing work. Hey, I have to go to the recording studio. I'm going to be, out of commission for the next 4 hours, next 3 hours. Or listen, I'll be out of commission for the next 2 hours and I'll take a bathroom break and I'll check in with you. Whatever it is. Jibri's parents kind of like leading him down this conversation of being like, we couldn't even have a conversation with you. We had to do it out this coffee bean. And being like, at first being like, well, we're not going to your wedding because you didn't plan it. Just to be like, well, we're not going to your wedding because we think you shouldn't be getting married. You're not happy. It just hurts us that you're not happy, that you're so overwhelmed. And it just feels like kind of like Emily's parents, where I'm like, why don't you raise someone that like makes choices that you can like kind of stand behind? Um, anyway, so they do get him to admit that he is not ready to get married to Miona. They're sort of like, he didn't have to do the 90 days, if he had the year, like, like, would you do it? And he says yes. And having said all of this, I think it's all fake, and I think they're probably already married. So I just want, I guess, to like, isolate with you. Are we watching his mom act right now? And is the stepdad acting? Because I actually think the best actor would be his mom. His mom's kind of a good actor, right? She does seem to truly hate Miona. And she does seem to be somewhat manipulative of Jibri. It feels like kind of like every woman in his life is. This is probably why he likes Miona. Probably energetically, he feels like that kind of like, my mom will tell me what to do. Miona has an M in front of her name as well. Mommy Miona, you know. Oh, hey. Yeah, if mom is acting, I'm buying it. Like it's interesting because it's like every part of their other acting is so bad, you know. But like she really does seem to not like Miona. Like that part I believe. Also, yeah, the stepdad. I don't know. Does anyone think David is hot for Jibri? Oh, I don't know. You really made me think about it for like what felt like 45 minutes. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Interesting. No, they seem to all be acting. Romance for sure. Uh yeah, yeah, I don't know. I will tell you that I did her Instagram is active, up and active, Miona. And she has a brand new Miona beauty and Miona makeup too. And the Miona makeup Instagram is her what seems like a licensed makeup artist Instagram, and the locale that she lists in her biography is Palm Springs. Palm Springs, which I thought was somewhat interesting. You know, I like to do a little like sneaky poo here. I'll actually bring up exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, where'd it go? Oh no. Let me wait. I messed up. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to add this stupid. Oh, there it is. Gosh darn. Why? If this doesn't work in the next 2 seconds, I'm going to stop. I'm just like so mad. Oh, it is. It's just, I'm sorry this whole time. Here. Okay. So again, this is her, Miona's makeup Instagram that's listed on her profile. That's like a separate Instagram account. So Miona Art, Palm Springs, California makeup artist. DM me for bookings. And then she has another Instagram she started called Miona Beauty, and I think that's probably going to be for her cosmetic line. But you can absolutely get that Miona touch, honey. She'll like do a full eyeliner, do 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 do, and she'll add those like little deet deet deets there. This drawing of her, you see her avatar. That's the same one that is in her Miona cosmetic line too, which is basically supposed to be like her face and her hair, but like there's no skin tone at all to it. And if I didn't look at Miona's name, I 100% would think that that was like a beautiful black lady with black hair, like natural hair. I don't know if you can see what I can see, which is what that picture looks like. I mean, the lips on that avatar don't look like Miona's lips. They actually completely look like this drawing actually does look like a lovely, incredibly beautiful black lady, and not so much like Miona. Um, so I don't know why Palm Springs, my love, and not to like, but yeah, Palm Springs, Palm Springs. Would that in a billion years? Do you think they would end up in Palm Springs? I wouldn't. How'd she get to California? Bus? I don't know. Oh, we can see what you can see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. Sometimes when I put up pictures like that on this live, like the screen that you're seeing in front of me, I can't tell, sorry, my loves, like how small things are for you. So if you can, yeah, I'm glad you can see that. You can, of course, it really is, yeah, it really is also her other cosmetic little avatar thing. I mean, I don't know how she got that. Is she got someone on Fiverr to make something, or she just used a whole different, it looks, to me it looks like something you could have bought in Canva Pro of like a whole different person that she's like pretending to be her. I feel like Jibri Miona dress up for a city that has nowhere to, that has nowhere to go or do. Yes, she went from a coastal desert to a desert. Oh yes, and hi, yes. She got that Kardashian wish, honey. I know it. I know it. I mean, absolutely. Yeah, but like Palm Springs. Are you like at the Ace Hotel? Are you at the Parker? Are you like, what is he doing at? So yeah, like Jibri, like what's he doing there? Are they doing music there? Is David there? Listen, I don't know all of it. We have to find out. That's all I have, right? Yeah. That's all it they did, and they obviously ended with, Jibri being like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then oh, they go on a walk. Is that what happens? That happens. You know what? I'm so sorry. I forgot if this happens in the scene for the next week, or then they go on a walk. Oh, I'm so sorry. No, is that what happens? Maybe. Yona and him go on a walk, and he basically is like, "Oh, my parents don't want us to get married." And she's like, "Yeah, they like don't. They hate me." And he's like, "No, they don't." And she's like, "Yeah, they do." And she's like, "They said such bad comments." Like, "What comments?" And I want to be like, "Jibri, what comments?" Like, even I remember this. Like, when your mom like basically was like, "You can't cook and everything tastes horrible," and like you just like a slut in front of my husband. What are you talking about? What comments? And Miona's like, "Well, you have to pick between, what's happening." He's like, "Well, no, I don't want to pick. If I pick between you or my parents, I'm just going to marry the music." Now, when he said this, honey, we all threw up in our mouths. I mean, this is my socks. I was like, uh, Jibri auctioned off his split pants for 26,000. Oh, that's what they got to Palm Springs. Oh, well, then they're living large in Palm Springs with those split pants. Who did it? Who rich, big spender, 90 Day Fiancé fan is out there dropping $26,000 on split ass pants? And also, can that person send me a super chat or a Venmo? That person can also Venmo me. That person wants to Venmo me. No, that's so funny. That's so crazy though. Maybe staying at that hotel with the giant dinosaur, the concrete teepees. Maybe. Wah, who I think is, I don't know if Wah's still in the room. I know is going to go to. Wah told me, by the way, two things. Wah told me that she like listens to my lives and they like make her go to bed. So like if she was in the room earlier, she could be passed out like snoring logs because for some reason I am so boring to her. My voice is so pacifying and boring that I will put her to sleep faster than a Karen and Guillermo segment. A. B. She she also booked a room at the Trixie Motel, which I'm excited for her. Jibri Jamboree. Oh, that's a good one. Jibri's stepdad is somewhat of a robot. I'm happy you say that because it feels to me like Jibri's dad and Emily's either mom or stepmom would be like the most boring couple in the entire world. Like Jibri's stepdad and Emily's mom. Sometimes when I would like wait tables, like you look around the restaurant and like you get like a couple that would come in and you often like you ever play this game, and either because you worked at a restaurant like me or if you go to eat at restaurants, do you ever find couples that go out to eat together and they never say one word? Have you seen them? I do. Just like two people, just like, The smile was too much. I literally see couples all the time not talking to each other. And can you imagine that I feel like that'd be the same as like Emily's, if Emily's mom or stepmom got together with Jibri's dad? No sleep, but on my way. You're not boring. Oh. Oh my God. You guys, you're right by each other. LOL. Thank you. Are you not in bed? You should be in bed. Your voice is soothing. Oh, I love you. I don't have split pants money, but here you go. Oh, Betsy! Thank you so much, Betsy. This is your second super chat tonight. Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you. Thank you for that. No more though from you. I appreciate it. I didn't mean to. I know I just put this up. I was just joking, but thank you so much. That's incredibly generous, and I love you, Betsy. But I also, yeah, I cannot believe that there's just people just running around with $24,000 just hot, just to spend it on 90 Day Fiance. LOL. So other than that, that's really what's happening there. Again, we saw the preview for the next one, which we'll get more information about what's going to happen. But like, Jibri and Miona are going to like have to work through the trouble. Probably they do. I would love him to be playing some sort of like festival. Maybe do you think they moved to Palm Springs and the thought was that at some point Black Serbs are going to play Coachella, so that they're going to be there for it? Like that's what I almost feel like. At one point, the craziest part of Jibri during this episode is one part he says, that Miona, she's just an entitled, spoiled millennial. She just wants what she wants, which is a beach wedding. And meanwhile, this Jibri, that's who you are. No, dude, that's who you are. I couldn't believe it. Also, I'm like, I guess my mind, I'm like, why are we mad about, oh, you didn't talk about the Miona and Jibri Park conversation. I kind of did. I forgot, I forgot that it didn't happen in the next previews. But yeah, I'm sorry, they do. They go on this little talk where he lets Miona know that his parents, do not want to come to the wedding. And she basically is like, well, your parents have never supported me or us. And he's like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, your mom says shitty things to me all the time. And he has to be like, what? And we're to be like, come on, Jibri, we know, what that is. We've already talked about it. And she does. She's like, this, and that. And then, and then this is where he says, well, if I'm not going to marry you, I'm not going to marry my mom. I'm going to get married to the music. And then we all died. All of us. And what I'm really talking at now is our collective funerals for our own dignity and our own self integrity. When he said that he was just going to marry the music, our insides ate themselves and we all died. It was really sad. It's like national tragedy. And the only people who are watching 90 Day Fiance though, so it's surprising it didn't go up on Twitter. Then Miona's like, no, don't you want this relationship to work? He's like, no, if it's gonna be like this. And Miona's like, oh shit, okay. You know why I know it's fake? She had stuck rhinestones on. I'll give this to Miona. This is why Miona deserves some amount of fame. Because Miona knew that she was going to be on camera and Miona put makeup on. And I'll tell you, there are a lot of people in this world that know they're going to be on camera and refuse to put any makeup on, refuse to put any rhinestones on. Not any rhinestones, honey, are on these eyebrows. Now, I did pay someone earlier to straight perm my eyebrows and seal them to the top of my forehead. But, to each their own, and we all make choices. We all do it. What says my choices are better than yours, better than Miona's? Anyway, my babes, can you believe it? Can you believe our lives has brought us here all together to share in these dumb people in the show? Thank you so much for just spending time listening to me drivel on. I mean, longer than the show is. This is probably the most boring season I remember in a long time. But yet you're here. I can't believe it. Truly. I really appreciate it. I have some exciting news, though, before you leave. Let me tell you our exciting news. Juan and I are going to work together in the future in a way in which we know you will be happy about. And we will discuss together the time and place in which we let known all of our lives and feelings for you. But having said that, you will get more content, and especially if you like content with both of us. Also, if you are in the Southern California region, now Jibri and Miona are, they can join you and me and Kate Casey at July 13th, which is Wednesday, at the Irvine Improv in Irvine, California, because Kate is doing a live comedy show for her podcast, Reality Life with Kate Casey, and your girl, me. I will be there. I will be introducing her and also talking, which is what I do. I got to be on her episode of her last podcast talking about love on the spectrum, as well as the J-Lo halftime documentary. So if you are a podcast fan, if you watched Love on the Spectrum and or the J-Lo documentary halftime, download the Kate Casey podcast from last week with me. And also, again, please invite yourselves and Miona and Jibri to the comedy show. Okay. So that's all of that. I want to come to Canada and I want to come to Connecticut. I know it's gonna be good. That's it though, my loves. What a night. Thank you so much for your patience and me putting this up, late Father Day weekend. I went to Santa Barbara with my dad. It's one thing he loves. It's polo and eating and drinking. So I had to do it. I love you though, and I'm super excited to share as much information as I can with you about what fun things are on the docket. And I really do want to do Seeking Sister Wives, so maybe I can try and get that up. Okay, my loves. We're going to take a breath, as you know we will, and also give our love to everyone. In this room, thank you so much for being here. Also, my mods for doing the Lord's work with some of those trolls, as well as everyone who puts comments up after the video's done in my replay gang. I've had all there's just a lot of moving parts, and I appreciate and see them, and not even all of them, but I thank people so much. Thank you so much for just engaging with me and sharing your time and energy with me. Yep. Okay. All right. Okay. That's so nice. Okay. Oh, not as fried as my eyebrow hair is standing straight up. Okay, my loves. Let's take a deep breath. Breathe out everything, all the BS, all the bullshit. Breathe it in. Personally, I'm working on trying to heighten my ability and strengthen the muscle of choosing the reactions I give to the stimuli I choose to react to. I don't want to react to all the stimuli I often do. I want to react to the ones I need to, and I want to save my energy. And so for me, I'm trying to see if I can just exercise that muscle, that discerning muscle, that one moment or two of the conscious awareness of does this need my time and energy? Or no, can I leave this, save my grace for something else that requires it more? And that means small things like road rage things and, that kind of thing, to bigger things. If that can apply to you, then you can use it, I love you guys. I love the breath. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I am at Chris L. Farah. You can also ask me any questions about my eyebrows right now if you want to go to my Instagram stories. I have a little sticker there. Ask me anything about them. Chris L. Farah on Twitter and Instagram. Of course, there's the private Facebook group, and that's Vanity Farah. We're always there, always loud, always proud. And other than that, that's it. That's all I have to say for you. But I really appreciate and love you guys. Thank you so much. I want you to have great weeks wherever you are. Lithuania, Connecticut. Oh, I can't believe it, truly. Makes my heart a flutter. Anyway, that's it. So take care of yourselves and one another and stand up for what you believe and make art and choose your reactions. Save your energy and save your grace. All right, my loves. I love it. Bye, boobs.